if you want to get good at six max poker, you need to have a strong mindset. Otherwise, you're going to get wrecked every single time. A lot of what this game comes down to is being confident at the table and also understanding that the decisions you make while playing are what make the difference. You know, one bad decision and you lose your whole stack, one good decision and you're up for the day. But if you play this game in a bad mood or have the attitude you're going to just take another bad beat or lose, I could tell you from experience that this type of mindset is going to leave you in the gutter, okay? With that said, if you're struggling, I get it. I've dealt with it, and I've been there in the past. We have an awesome community as well in the pinned comments where you guys can talk with me, or there's some other higher level members to get you on the right path, so check that out. Also got some really good stuff to go over in this one where we had a massive jam you're not going to want to miss. Please tap the like, and let's get right into this. And I think the mental side of playing this game is something that's just so misunderstood. And also, guys, this hand right here, this was a misclick. I did mean to raise, but accidentally misclicked it, so just want to say that. But it's really the mental side of playing this game where some people just can't handle it, right? You get a lot of the technical things right. You start to understand all the different theories, all the different strategies, GTO and everything, but some people just can't take the variance, man. Like, you're unable to take a bad beat and still play through it, or just like not let your emotions get to you. And it's hard. The good news though is like all these things can be worked on. What I've seen the most is that it usually takes people about 6 months to really like hone in on this. It's not something you're going to do overnight, but it just takes repetition to get to a point of you just kind of like understand, like, for example, like if I go all in with pocket aces and somebody calls me with pocket tens pre-flop and they hit a 10 on the flop and I lose, I'm honestly not even bothered by it because I understand that I made the right play right there. That guy got lucky and he's going to get his in the future. You know what I'm saying? So it's when I make a bad decision and I lose, that's kind of when I get upset. You know what I'm saying? So it's just another way to look at it. But like I said, everything can be improved. And what's interesting is like your A game right now might become your B game a few months from now. So you can always improve, you can always get better. A lot of people start off playing this game, with like ABC poker, understanding, like I said, the strategies and things like that. But eventually, like, if you want to get there, if you want to take it to the next level, there's a lot more nuance to it. And I definitely think being in a community or talking to somebody about it helps because poker is so isolating, man. It really is. And I think a lot of you can understand what I'm saying. It's not like, especially, even if you're playing live, there is a little bit of more of a community aspect to it, but everyone's there to kind of like win. Online, you're not really seeing anybody, but you're also trying to win. So I think it definitely helps to kind of like talk things over, kind of go from there. We also all think that we're the best player, but the reality is we're not, man. We can all get better. I'm always improving, but I've just been working on my craft so much with this for so long that I could just kind of like turn it on and off. You know what I'm saying? I don't let the bad beats bother me anymore. I've almost become emotionless when I'm playing. You know what I mean? So I make plays, I make bluffs. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong. But yeah, and of course, as you're moving up in stakes, you have to start mixing things up. You need to bluff more. You need to play hands aggressive, and you need to stay unpredictable, right? It's okay to play like a certain style when you're playing lower games. Really anything under 100 NL. Once you start to play a little bit higher than that, though, you have to start doing things a little bit differently. Okay, that's just the reality of it. I've seen also a lot of people do extremely well playing like really low games, but I think the better way to approach this is to play a little bit higher, play a couple tables at a time, and I think that is what you want to be doing. Anyways, here we go. I don't want to kind of get off topic here, but we have a queen four suited where this was a pickle right here, guys. This was a pickle. And please tap the like as you're watching this because, I mean, it was a pickle. And I was in a really tough spot with player 5 in this. I slowed it down so we can kind of break it down. Now I hit top pair here, which is good. We've also got some runner cards for flushes. It's not like our hand's super strong either, right? We've got a four kicker. The turn card made things a little bit interesting here because now we have a flush draw to go with top pair. Kicker's still not that good. I'm going to throw out a little bit here, nothing too big, just to see where this guy's at. What I didn't expect was this. This was so confusing to me. He's going to raise it up, and it's not like I could let this go. Our hand's just too strong. Plus, he could be doing this with a lot of different hands. I guess there's some like, let's just throw out flush draws possible, less likely because we have two clubs. Maybe two pair. I don't know though. What two pair does he have? That's the thing. I was like, what two pair are you saying you have? Jack Queen. I'm gonna throw pocket jacks out. That doesn't make sense. The one hand that did make sense to me here would maybe be pocket fives. I could maybe see that. Okay, pocket fives is possible. But would he play it like this? I mean, would he just jam here, which is what he's gonna do? This hand was just so mind-boggling. I could not figure it out. I just could not figure it out. And I really like thought this one through, you know. Because it's either he's got me or it's a complete bluff. And why make this bluff? This was just so confusing, and I was actually tilting to kind of folding this. But like the more I was thinking about it, the more I was like, what do you have? Pocket fives is really the only hand that I could think that this guy's got. Otherwise, it's just a bluff. But like, why go this? Why push the whole stack in? That's what didn't make sense to me. If he had it, why not bet like a 200 piece chicken nug or something? You know, why are you just gonna come over the top like this? This hand made absolutely no sense. And the more I kept thinking about it, I was like, should I just make this call? You could see I put the clock on it too, because I was like, oh man, talk about the poker mindset right here. What are we gonna do? You know, because if we make this call and we lose, then it's like it's hard to play through that. But I've been there, guys. I play through it all the time. It doesn't even bother me. But I think you know, if you make a call here and you're wrong. Anyways, we did make the call. He had absolute error, and I just, you know, like I said, I put a lot of thought into it. I was like, what does this guy have? What does this guy have? He turns over an absolute bluff. Because the reason I kind of leaned towards making that call was because I was like, if he has it, I don't think he's just going to shove. I think he's going to try to get value. That makes a lot more sense, right? You're going to go for like a 200 piece chicken nug. I keep saying chicken nug, but that makes more sense to me than just like jamming. Jamming just didn't make sense to me, you know? So anyways, yeah, like I said, tap the leg for that, guys, because, you know, made a really hard call there. I don't know if his play was good or maybe he just figured we're never making that call, you know, but he was wrong, and we kind of stuck it to him. Now we still have some more hands to go over here, so stick around, but, you know, just kind of back to this whole mindset thing. You got to be confident when you're playing, guys. I recommend just like saying to yourself that you're the best player at the table when you're playing, and just play good, play aggressive, throw in those bluffs, make plays. I'm not saying get reckless, but I'm just saying, like, you know, the next level to this, you know, when you get to like mid stakes and higher stakes, is just understanding that you're playing against other people, and you just need to outplay your opponents. Everyone has a lot of knowledge these days, you know, about everything, you know, so you can actually use that against them in these games. It's what I like to do. I exploit people. And that's just kind of how I approach this. I don't exactly have a style of play. I kind of just adjust to the table and go from there. Because, like, I understand there's nothing about this game that I don't understand at this point. I've been playing for so long, putting in so many hours over such an extended period of time, you know, over 10 years. You know, you kind of get to a point where a lot of this just becomes automatic. I put in a bluff here, though. I was trying to get this guy off this hand. We did pair a 9 on the turn. I was hoping to go to showdown here. We're obviously losing to a 10. This guy put out a huge sizing here. This is either a bluff or he's got it moment. I was actually leaning towards bluff, but just because he went out there so quick with it, I ended up folding it. I don't know if that was the right fold or not, but I did. And it is what it is. I'm not really going to know. All right, next I went in ace jack suited. This was another interesting hand. And, like I said, I hope you guys are enjoying some of this stuff. Definitely trying to always put out, good content for everybody. Playing 500 NL. And it is what it is. All right. Anyways, going to open here with an ace jack suited. If somebody raises us, don't really care. They could totally raise us if they want to. All right. Player 3 is he's definitely going to make the call. I don't know if he raised though. Let's see. He might have. He might have raised us. No, he just called. Not a bad flop at all. 2 overs, nut flush draw. Pretty darn good. He could have picked up something here, maybe like a pair of 6s, maybe he's got a pair of 9s, who knows. A lot of weird straight draws too, 4 5s, 5 7s. So we're going to continue here, keeping it small to the turn. And turn card is going to be I think it was a blank. I think it was a low card. But he's definitely going to put some thought into this too. It's like, make a decision, man. I didn't exactly put out a whole lot there, right? It's kind of annoying. I hate when people take this long to act. It's like, dude, 13? It's just 13, man. Like, come on now. You really got to let the clock run on this? I thought he was going to raise this the way he was taking his time, but he's just going to make a call. Turn card we missed. So still 2 overs to the board. I checked it back because I had no idea what this guy had, and we did get the flush on the river. So some straights got there. You got the 4 out there, which is good. So if he's got a 4, that's a good situation for us. There's also some 2-pair possibilities. He could have a couple low cards. And when he did put out I think he's going to put out like 70. That told me that maybe he's got the straight. A couple different things we could do here. My play might not have made the most sense. Maybe it was good. Maybe it was bad. I don't know. I was really hoping though, this guy has the straight, right? So once again, he's putting some thought into this. 76-piece chicken nug. Now I could go for just a little raise here to get some value. I think maybe kicking it up to like 220 makes sense, but I actually went for the jam. I was like, maybe he thinks that if I jam here, I'm bluffing. Maybe he's got a spade in his hand too. Maybe he's got like 4-7 with a spade or something like that, where he's probably thinking like, okay, he can't have the spades because I've got a spade kind of thing. So whatever. I went for it here, hoping he has a 4. I'm hoping he has a spade in his hand too. So if he's blocking spades, there's no way to put us on this hand. It's like way too. But whatever, he folded it, we took it down, and it is what it is. Bottom line, though, guys, your mindset when playing is everything, okay? You don't want to play this game in a bad state of mind ever. And, like I said, pin comment, get in the community, tap that like. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.